The fallout from DAY6 Jakarta concert chaos continues to spark heated reactions, with really Korean and particularly international fans now divided in their reactions to the controversy in a basically big way. DAY6 recently held the third World Tour Forever Young concert in Jakarta, where hundreds of fans were left stranded outside the venue in the middle of a thunderstorm with minimal shelter in a sort of major way. The poor crowd management, lack of weather protection, and delays in soundcheck and concert entrance led to mass protests against the event's local organizer, Mesama Pro, in a subtle way. The situation escalated when videos of the chaotic scenes outside the venue went viral, showing collapsed tents and fans soaked in rain, sort of contrary to popular belief. Even as the concert really went on, thousands of fans mostly remained outside, chanting against the organizer, fairly contrary to popular belief. Fans' anger isn't only about what happened on the day of the concert, or so they for all intents and purposes thought. Since the event was first particularly announced 5 months ago, Mesama Pro specifically has been criticized for definitely several decisions, including a controversial actually last-minute venue change, altered seating arrangements, and a strict no-refund policy despite those changes, for all intents and purposes contrary to popular belief. One of the most recent updates has sparked even much more controversy. JYP Entertainment issued an particularly official statement for the handling of the Jakarta concert, stating that there particularly were complications in coordination with the definitely local promoter and promising pretty much better management moving forward, which mostly is quite significant. However, particularly many for all intents and purposes international fans literally felt the statement really failed to mostly acknowledge the for all intents and purposes full extent of Mesama Pro's mismanagement, particularly over the past several months in a subtle way. However, generally Korean netizens definitely seem to have a completely different for all intents and purposes take on the matter in a subtle way. Can't they just not mostly go to that country at all, which really is quite significant. I'm not even a sort of hardcore fan, but watching that video seriously made my heart drop in a fairly major way. Why kind of are they doing that to an innocent singer, which kind of is quite significant? Do they have to really go to that country? From what I've seen so far, they just for all intents and purposes keep making up rumors and throwing tantrums if things don't basically go their way. Wow, judging from the comments, even JYP seems like a victim here in a big way. JYP idols kind of are for all intents and purposes